We've been running in Supersport for the last 9 years. This is our 10th year, I believe. We've probably taken a little bit of a step back this year where we're running 2 young riders. But I do believe one should look ahead to the future. The future is with young riders. We have 2 very talented riders on board this year, namely Luke Hedger, who rode Superstock 600 for us last year and won the championship. Glenn Irwin I've known for the last few years. Glenn is very talented. I think he's had a little bit of bad luck over the last couple of years, but we're hoping to bring him forward again this year.
We've made positive changes throughout the year, and we're gradually rebuilding my confidence after a hard season last year. We're at Brands Hatch this weekend, which happens to be a bit of a boogie circuit of mine. So we qualified 9th, which is a bit better than 17th last year as well. And the team are working great, and I think for the remainder of this weekend we can push on for solid top 5, 6s, and we get another brace of results and keep our 100% finish record this year. It maintains the championship challenge because it's a long year and you never know what can happen.
I haven't rode a bike for 6 weeks because I broke my wrist testing at Madrid. So I was hoping for a top 10 finish and I got 8th qualifying. So I'm really happy with that. We've made progression with the bike. We've gone a second quicker in qualifying. So yeah, I'm really happy at the moment.
Oh yeah, sorry, I think I'm doing it. Not an easy decision, but definitely the correct decision was to move to the Yamaha R6. He's very upbeat about the bike. He knows that he can perform on it, and we know he can perform on it. And to sort of summarise the move, really, it's very much about us as a team going racing, not making up the numbers. We're here to get on the podium. We are responsible for James's career. He's come from the States. He's a successful rider over there, twice AMA champion. So it's about the rider.
The new R6 is really working well, and it was a half wet, half dry first bit of qualifying, and I was feeling really good. For me to see P2 on my board, P1 on the board was, it's really exciting for me. Unfortunately, I just high-sided. I start 16th, so it's going to be tough, but just looking to get a good lap time in and just fight through the pack because I know we've got a good bike to do it. We've got a fast motorcycle, and just get a good lap time for tomorrow's race, and I'm looking for a top 5.
It's all gone good for me so far. We've managed to qualify 5th, which is my best qualifying in Supersport so far. It's dry at the minute, but we've got a race this afternoon for the sprint race of the weekend, and hopefully we can get a good start, get away with the boys and see what happens really. I've had a 5th place at Snetterton, so if we can try and build on that and get another solid top 5, that would be a good goal for me today.
He's now running up at the front. We're at Brands Hatch. He's qualified on the 2nd row in 5th position, and we're hoping we can get him onto the podium, and that was our objective for this season, to get him into the podium positions.
We're doing quite well so far. We've qualified 6th for the first race. A few little problems just with the heat really, just changing the bike a little bit. Both riders are quite confident that we can have a good result. I hope we can just have a good solid points really.
We're struggling today in qualifying, with the weather. I just can't get on with the damp patches. Unfortunately, we're starting 13th, so I've made it hard work for myself, but I'm confident for the race. The bike's working well, and I know what I can do in the dry. So if we can get sort of in the top 5 for the first race, and then get a good starting position for tomorrow's race, I think we could be in the rush from tomorrow.
We managed to get on the front 2 rows for qualifying. That's the main thing. We joined 3rd in the championship with Alistair Seeley. So at the start of the year, if you'd have asked the aims, I'd have been top 5, top 6 in the championship, but after the first few rounds, we're stronger than we thought. So I don't see no reason why we shouldn't aim for the top 3 in the championship.
What a start from Seeley, the little flyweight Ulsterman on the Motorpoint Yamaha. Can't quite hang on though. Dixon right round the outside bravely makes his move and then moves out a little too wide into Druids and gets pushed out by the blue and white Motorpoint bike, and there's a bit of fisticuffs going round Druids there. Everybody manages to stay on board. Seeley, Gowland, Dixon, McConnell, Jones. They are the breakaway group ahead of Irwin, Stapleford, McKenzie, Hedger and the American Rispoli. Glenn Irwin looking strong though on the orange and green Kawasaki. He's beginning to close in, and Stapleford is also on the move in 7th place. So Gowland forced back, and there goes McConnell's gone down. McConnell makes the mistake at Druitt. Seeley leads the way, Gowland in 2nd place, Jones in 3rd. Jake Dixon is leading the 2nd phalanx of riders ahead of Glenn Irwin, Luke Stapleford, Taylor McKenzie, Luke Mossey moving into contention in 8th place now, with Bjorn Estman, the South African, rounding out the top 10. There's Luke Hedger going through in 11th, and the lead changes. Alex Olsen, number 11, pushes his way through to become lead Evo bike. Alex Olsen on the Power Projects Racing T3 Triumph. Coming up the hill, there goes Jake Dixon, and then the battle following. There's Stapleford now on the orange and black Profile Racing Triumph, with that familiar dangling left leg where he just waves the outside leg at you as he's going around the corner. No attempt to keep that on the foot peg. Seeley and the Martrain Yamaha will take victory after a dramatic final lap here at Brands Hatch. Seeley, Martrain Yamaha, the Smiths triumph of Graham Gowland in 2nd place. 3rd place, Luke Jones, and 4th for Jake Dixon. Luke Stapleford, Luke Mossey, Glenn Irwin gets nudged back to 7th ahead of James Rispoli, now out on a Yamaha. Taylor McKenzie 9th, Luke Hedger in 10th ahead of Bjorn Espen, and number 11, Alex Olsen, will be the leading Evo bike home.
Yeah, yesterday went pretty well. You know, we started 30th on the grid, which weren't ideal. Ended up 6th in the race. We were 5th on the grid for today's race, and now I'm feeling confident. The bike's working well, and just if we can get a podium, you know, that'd be a massive result, because it's always been a bit of a bogey track for me around here. So hopefully we can put that demon to bed now.
The target yesterday was for podiums, and today is the same target. There was an easy podium there for us yesterday, but we couldn't take it. So I'm hoping to be up there this afternoon and capitalise on that. I need a few more points. We've lost a bit of ground in the championship.
There you go. All right. So we ended up 9th yesterday, which wasn't where I wanted to be at all. This morning in warm-up I managed to go a lot faster. I went another 0.7 faster this morning. I'm hoping in the race if we can get a start, get away with the front guys, get sucked round. I think we should have a good race.
I was at a few moments towards the end of the race, and I wanted to keep my 100% finish record going, and which we did with a 7th position. But it's probably my best ride around Brands GP, which shows how much we have struggled here. But the team have made good progress all weekend and made me more comfortable.
Made a few mistakes in the race. Guess it was my fault. Hope to not do them in this race. Hope to get a good start and be up with the top boys. That's my hopes today. Finishing 10th is not where I want to be.
Looking back on yesterday's race, really happy with James. We went from 16th to 8th, and but we're 6th on the grid today after yesterday's lap times. A lot of pressure for him yesterday. It was his birthday, his parents are over from the States, you know, and lots of things, new bike, everything. So, you know, that's what racers do. They live up, they step up to the mark in that respect. But yeah, good boy, done really well, really proud.
At the end of it, we're only, I think, 7 or 8 seconds off the win and only 1.4 off 5th. So it's awesome for us. We were really happy with yesterday. We start on the grid on the 3rd row. It's the farthest we've been up all year, so we don't need to, you know, pass 1 million people off a start now. So that's the goal, is to put her in the top 5 today, and really just try to get on that front group for as long as we can, if not the entire race. And you know, if we can, I'm not afraid to throw a couple elbows. So no worries.
Great start though by Gowland, just grabs a fistful and goes for the launch and just manages to hold on in front of Alistair Seeley's Martrain Yamaha as they drop down the hill. But it is Luke Jones who's taking advantage of his starting position, but runs a bit wide up the hill. Gowland, Jones, Dixon, Seeley, McConnell, Mossey. Rispoli gets that start that he wanted to run with the front guys ahead of Glenn Irwin and Taylor Mackenzie.
Interestingly, the quickest man on that last lap was Luke Stapleford, down in 10th, a 1:29.1 compared to the leaders 1:29.2.
So Profile Racing triumphs, Luke Stapleford setting the pace in the traffic. And look at this,
Mossey.
Gowland forced wide by Mossey as they go around Druids.
Yeah, he just left a little bit of a gap there, and Mossey had every right just to slip up the inside. Very neat move, so Mossey up to third, and he definitely looks like the man on the move. Fastest man of the race so far on that last lap was Glenn Irwin in 7th spot.
3 triumphs in pursuit with
Oh,
Jake Dixon.
Someone's had a... That's Mossey. Sorry, Mossey had a great big, got on the throttle too hard, big moment, and nearly was off the track. He lost all his speed. He's absolutely fine, but he's lost 4 or 5 places.
Seeley, Gowland, Jones, Dixon, Stapleford having another good ride. Glenn Irwin.
And I think Stapleford just might be catching Dixon by a fraction. So Stapleford in 5th, Dixon in 4th, and he's got a second to bridge, but he just looks like he's creeping in a bit.
And yet Taylor Mackenzie in 9th place is managing to get onto the back of that squad. So there's still some fighting to go on for the places. Brilliant from the wee wizard. He wins it from an exasperated Graham Gowland. Luke Jones once again a wonderful 3rd place for the Herefordshireman. And across the line, Jake Dixon just thrusts the Appleyard McAdam Dutes and Yamaha across the line ahead of Stapleford. McConnell gets the better of Glenn Irwin for a crucial 6th place and a precious 10 points. The Motorpoint British Supersport Championship standings after 10 of 24 races. Billy McConnell on 162 points. Suddenly a radically reduced lead of 10 over Alistair Seeley and 11 over Graham Gowland, with Luke Stapleford handily placed in 4th place. Luke Jones now just 5 points behind him in 5th, and ahead by a single point of Glenn Irwin, with Luke Mossey, Jake Dixon, Taylor Mackenzie and James Rispoli all in the mix.